Hello, welcome to the Oz Ladder Progress. Your boy is back. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about the 4 things I'm optimistic in my financial journey. Okay? And one thing is my background upbringing, And some of you probably heard about me. I had a story that I briefly explained, where I came from and how I grew up in a third world country. I came from nothing. I know what poor look like, poverty look like, and I've seen what rich look like. But most of my whole life, my background, I came from nothing. And this is one of my first, 4 things. First of the 3 things that I'm talking about. Okay. So one of them is simple living. Okay. And since I came from nothing, and having something is a lot to me. Like one of my YouTube channel, I talk about 1 year how I made 8K, and I was able to live comfortably with that because I know how to manage it and I know how to live below my means, and therefore I live a happy life even though with small things financially. Okay. And one of the third one is money management. Okay. I know how to manage my money. Okay. I know I give each of them a task. I know where they go. I know which one, when and where and what I'm doing with it. So that's one of my optimistic in my financial journey. And then one of the 4th one is if I have the opportunity to increase my income. I think this one really hit me hard. Can you imagine if I have the opportunity to getting my income increase, like either I get promoted from work or I have a lot of raise and all that from a job or and all that, and that would be the blessing to me because I would know how to manage it, and each of it I give them a task and I will do some major investment. And the reason I'm sharing this because you're human just like me. If you're watching this, you can relate to me. And I understand life is not easy, but I also understand that some people in life, they are gifted and some people struggle. And some people, slacks, and some people work very hard. Anything in this world, if you want it very bad, you can achieve it. Unless, of course, if it's like a rocket science and all that. Like, if you're trying to study like physics and all that, that's pretty impossible. But simple logic things, like if you want something very bad, you can learn, and over time you can master it and you can achieve your greatness. And the one important thing, like I would like to say as an inspirational talk, is listening is the most important thing. You can walk into a room and or meet somebody and start asking them, ask them like, act like you're dumb, pretty much, act like dumb. That's how you become the ascent to your source, to the source of your life. You have to be hungry to learn. Okay, ask like question like, how do you, like maybe someone who is pretty successful, ask them like, I understand you're pretty intelligent, but how did you become successful? You tell me, enlighten me. How do you do this? Then he might go on and explain it to you and lecture, and all that. This is how I do it from point A to B. Even though if he's trying to speak in like big word, try to, ask more question, say, can you explain it this way and all that. I'm telling you, if you learn, you become great and you know a lot of things in life. I've been there. I've been into other society and other people's shoes where when I was younger, when you're younger, when you're a teenager, your brain chemistry, it functions differently compared to somebody who is 25. According to the science statistic, and it's a facts, it said that a human brain matures when you're 25 years old. Okay, from the time you're like 1 to 13, that's the age where you're actually learning, progressively learning things and all that. And then you hit your puberty and all that. Teenage year, you go all the way to 17, 18 and all that. Until even though you're 23, 24, your brain is not quite mature. But I was at the point when I thought I knew it all when I was a teenager. I was not willing to learn from the, from willing to get wisdom. They say if you want to learn, you have to learn from elders, people who have lived into these planets for long enough. You might see them and you think, they don't know anything, but they know it all because they have went through life. They've struggled through, they fell many times and they got back up and they moved forward. That's what I learned, ask questions. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to go look for people who are entrepreneurs and ask them, how can I become successful in this? How can I do this business thing? If you want to be the best runner, and maybe you're a high school runner, if you want to be the best runner, you need to go to ask the best runners who have been running for quite a while, and all that, to ask them, how do you become the great? How do you become so great? What do you do? What can I do to achieve that? If you want to learn some financial things and you have financial literacy, and go to someone who been through, maybe a financial professional, or it could be just a guy who's pretty wise, intelligent, who's just intelligent. By the way, let me explain this. English as a language does not determine how intelligent someone could be. English is just a language. Intelligent is a different level. Someone can, probably have a broken language, broken English, but people can judge them by how they speak. They might think that he's not intelligent, but they're intelligent. English is just a language. So you have to learn not to judge others. There's a saying that's you have to, read a book. Don't judge the book. Yeah, it said, don't judge the book by its cover. In order to know something, you have to dig deep in order to know it. Right? And we live in this world where society, kind of like things are sometimes going the way we don't expect, but that's life, I think in 2008, most of friends that I met, most of the successful men I met, I tried to learn from them, made their financial wealth during the recession. I don't know how they did it, but most people were like worrying, complaining, blaming the government, blaming the financial guys and all that. Oh, there's no one to be blamed. If you want to do something, go ahead and do it. It doesn't matter what's on your way. You better try to do something than not doing it at all. In my opinion, I better try and fail to learn something out of it than not doing it at all. That's what I did in my past. Right now, I probably made one of the hardest decisions in my life. And to be anonymous, I met one of my, inspiration role model, who is like my father figure to me. He gave me a choice, and I made a decision. That was like almost 6 years ago. I made this decision, and I said, to get a house. And I believe I was scared. I was scared of failure. And as for right now, I'm doing very well. I don't know what I was doing. I made a decision that I was going to do it. I knew I probably would fail, but hey, it's better to fail to learn from it than doing nothing. Right now, I am progressing, I'm succeeding, and I'm elevating my process. And, hopefully in the future, in the coming future soon, I'll be able to fully own it and then buy another house, probably use as, before I am 50, of course, I would like to own something on my own. Those are goals. I like us to be anonymous. I met some of the greatest men. And so this is just inspiring. And one of the best runner in the world, the fastest human in the world, by the name Usain Bolt, said that great things are done underneath. When he was out, when people were like having vacation, he was training, he was running like pretty hard, he was pushing hard. But the time he reached to the Europe Championship, he was just blow everybody out. This guy set the world record in the 100 meters and 200 meters because he worked pretty hard for it. And also, hard work only will help you to be successful, but will not do everything for you. You have to have hard work ethic, and you also gotta use your conscious mind. You gotta be smart. You gotta make big move, like a hard decision and all that. Try the best you can to be successful. Okay? Yeah, that's my motivation, and I hope that you enjoy it.